One ordinary day while walking through the local market, I was lost in my thoughts, enjoying the vibrant colors and the lively atmosphere. The market was bustling with people, each stall offering something unique, from fresh produce to handmade crafts. The air was filled with the scent of spices and the sound of haggling voices. It was a place where stories seemed to be woven into the very fabric of the environment. As I meandered through the crowd, my eyes caught sight of something unusual on the ground. It was a crumpled letter seemingly out of place amidst the hustle and bustle. Curiosity got the better of me, and I bent down to pick it up, wondering who might have dropped it and what secrets it might hold. At first it didn't seem like much, just a piece of paper that had seen better days. But something about it intrigued me. I carefully unfolded the letter, and as I began to read, my heart started to race. The words on the page were filled with raw emotion, and I found myself completely engrossed in the story it told. The letter was handwritten, filled with scribbles and shaky handwriting. It was clear that the person who wrote it was in a state of distress. The ink was smudged in places, as if tears had fallen on the paper. The letter spoke of love, loss, and longing, and it was signed by someone named Anna. It was a farewell from Anna to a love that seemed impossible. She wrote about the pain of saying goodbye and the memories they had shared. Her words were filled with a sense of finality, as if she knew that this was the end of their story. I could feel the weight of her emotions through the paper, and it left me with a sense of sadness and curiosity. Anna mentioned specific places in her letter, like a nearby cafe and a park where they had met for the last time. These places seemed to hold significant meaning for her, and I felt a strong urge to visit them. I wanted to understand more about Anna and the person she had written to. What had happened between them? Why did their love seem so impossible? Driven by curiosity, I decided to visit those places, trying to piece together the story of Anna and her lost love. The cafe was a quaint little place with a warm and inviting atmosphere. I could almost imagine Anna sitting there, lost in thought. The park, on the other hand, was serene and peaceful, a stark contrast to the turmoil described in the letter. During my search, I met people who knew bits and pieces of the story. The cafe owner remembered Anna as a regular customer, always sitting in the same corner, writing in her notebook. A market vendor recalled seeing her with a man, their faces filled with both joy and sorrow. Each person I spoke to added a new layer to the mystery, but none could provide the full picture. Even an elderly man who used to sit in the park had his own memories of Anna. He spoke of seeing her walk by, often deep in conversation with the same man. He described their interactions as intense and filled with emotion. It was clear that their relationship had left a mark on those who had witnessed it. Each person I spoke to had a part of the puzzle, but no one knew how it all truly ended. The more I learned, the more questions I had. What had driven Anna to write that farewell letter? What had happened to the man she loved? I felt a growing sense of urgency to uncover the truth. After days of investigating, I arrived at an address mentioned in the letter. It was a small, unassuming house tucked away on a quiet street. My heart pounded as I approached the door, wondering what I might find inside. Would this be the final piece of the puzzle? What I found there was shocking. The house was abandoned, with an eerie silence that seemed to hang in the air. The walls were covered in old photographs, each one telling a story of its own. It was as if time had stood still in this place, preserving the memories of a bygone era. Among the photographs, I found one last letter that was never sent. It was addressed to the same person as the first letter, and as I read it, I discovered a heartbreaking message that changed everything I thought I knew about Anna and her story. The letter spoke of regret, of missed opportunities, and of a love that could never be. As I read it, I felt a deep sense of sorrow for Anna. Her words were filled with a longing that could never be fulfilled, and it was clear that she had carried this burden with her for a long time. The letter revealed the true depth of her feelings and the reasons behind her farewell. It was a poignant reminder of the fragility of love and the impact it can have on our lives. But just as I thought I had solved the mystery, someone tapped me on the shoulder. I turned around, my heart racing, to find a stranger standing behind me. There was something familiar about them, something that made me feel as if I had seen them before. Who were they, and what did they know about Anna's story? If you want to know who that person was and what really happened, follow this story. The journey is far from over, and there are still many questions left unanswered. Each step brings us closer to the truth, but also deeper into the mystery that surrounds Anna and her lost love. But I'll warn you, you're not ready for the ending. The truth is more complex and heart-wrenching than you can imagine. Stay with me as we unravel the final pieces of this puzzle, and prepare yourself for a revelation that will change everything.